Welcome into the Big Ten Live Sweet 16 press conference show. I'm Anthony Herron. We are going to have throughout the afternoon several Big Ten teams who will be hearing from their coaches here on the Big Ten Network. We will start with the South region, though, that is represented by the University of Iowa. Hawkeyes in the Sweet 16. We know that they will be facing Nebraska coming up on Thursday. Let's head out to Houston, where head man of the Hawkeyes, Ben McCollum, has led Iowa to the Sweet 16 for the first time since '99.
Yeah, obviously we're excited to be playing. I think anytime you go to a Sweet 16 or you advance in a tournament, I think you can settle in a little too much. And so hopefully what we're trying to do is understand that we're still trying to win and trying to advance and keep going further and further. I think we got a tough group, a group that's connected, and again, excited about the opportunity to play tomorrow.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Third row middle.
Thank you. Amy Just, Lincoln Journal-Star. Ben, what do you think this game will do for the rivalry between Nebraska and Iowa?
Yeah, I don't know. I probably, growing up around it, obviously there's, Iowa State and Nebraska are all kind of rivals. Usually you probably, none of us like any of each other. It's kind of how it works. So I don't know that it's going to, excite it anymore. I mean, it's one of those things that when you grow up around it, you understand it, you get it. I probably don't, when you're in it, like when you're playing, you probably don't really pay attention to it, to be perfectly honest. I hate to say that for Iowa and Nebraska fans, but it's irrelevant that they're Nebraska and we're Iowa. In my mind, maybe from an outside perspective, it's a little bit different. But for me, it could be Florida, Clemson, Nebraska. It's irrelevant. It's the next opponent, and they're a really good team.
Right side, fourth row.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN. Ben, what are some of the lessons you think you learned at the D2 level and the mid-major level that you've applied to the success you've had this season?
Yeah, and we just had a conversation about that a second ago. I think the beauty of being at Division II is you're allowed to make a lot of mistakes and do a lot of things wrong and a lot of things right without external noise. And so initially when you become a head coach, there's a lot of things that you really have zero clue on, and there's still quite a few things that I have zero clue on. But certainly when I took over, it was like, man, I don't really know anything. But there wasn't noise associated with that from other people. It was me. It was the pressure that I put on myself or our staff or whatever it may be. And so over time, you create a level of confidence in what you do and how you do it. And then for us, we were fortunate enough to play in a lot of NCAA tournaments games, a lot of high-pressure games, and we figured out what it took to actually win those games and play in them, which we were able to take, to the University of Iowa, obviously, and be able to perform in postseason play and whatnot. But yeah, it's interesting. You see a lot of coaches take over, and it's their first year, and they like finish fourth or fifth, and it's almost like the kiss of death. Like the higher you finish, the worse you're going to be as a coach because you never hit rock bottom. Well, we were dead last my first two seasons, so you kind of hit rock bottom. You better figure it out. We figured it out, and then now we're able to continue to figure it out as we go forward.
Third row, right side.
Christy Rieken from the Associated Press. With this being the first year of coaches' challenges, it seems like you had probably the most impactful one of the whole tournament so far, late in your last game. Can you talk to me about what all goes into that, who's making those decisions, and how big of an impact do you feel like that challenge had for your win?
Yeah, I mean, we actually challenged two, and we were right on both. Third, we were going to challenge, but you only have two, and the third one we would have been right on as well. So what goes into it? I look at my video guy, who knows when there's a possible challenge, and he's scared to death at that point. And he used to try to explain it to me. Well, it might have bounced off this. It might have done this. I'm like, dude, yes or no? Do you want me to challenge it or not? Like, yes or no? And he had me challenge one. I think it was in the first game. Is that the one you're talking about, or the second game, the two in the second game? Yeah. So there's one in the first game that was as good too, but and it'll be hey, yes or no, yes or no. And then one of them, he said, yes, challenge it. And I go, you better not be wrong. And he kind of sits there and he's like, oh, he goes back and look, but I had already challenged it. And then as we overturned it, he yelled something back at me, which was really nice of him. So it was entertaining. But we've got a really good video guy, got a really good staff. And so they pay attention to it. They know to only challenge if you're 100% certain. I don't want 90%. I want 100%. Late game, maybe you just challenge it just to see if you can, I don't know, just see if you can get one to overturn. But throughout the game, we make sure that we're right when we challenge.
Third row. We'll come back to you in a minute. Third row, left side.
Steve Sipple, Husker Online. What are the main differences in your mind between game one against Nebraska and the second go-round?
I thought they just played better than us the second time around. Obviously they made a few adjustments. We made a few adjustments. I think they just played better, and they beat us. And so, hopefully we can play better this time. Obviously there was some little nuances that they changed. They changed a few things spacing-wise. They changed a few things with their defensive presence, how they did things. And then we adjusted some things too. But they just outplayed us. They were just better that night.
Back to the right side, third row.
Back to the challenges. And that one with 1:10 left in the Florida game, how big of a impact do you think that was? And were y'all 100% sure on that one?
Yes, we were. Yeah, he was 100% sure. And I didn't even look at him. He called out to me. He said, challenge that one, coach. So I really have nothing to do with it. I just put a lot of pressure on everybody to make sure they're right. So I'm just the mean guy over there. It's my staff and Jace, my Michael Smith Jace is his nickname, that does a great job. We have one of the best film guys in the country, in my opinion, and he does a great job of that.
Right behind.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN. Again, Ben, you and Todd had some intense moments in that game. Why was it important for you to kind of match that intensity and match that energy that was coming from their sideline in that game?
Yeah, I'm always pretty intense. So I guess the banter would probably be the thing that I matched a little more. I think when you get into those situations, into those games, there's some heat in those games. And so there's naturally some, I don't know if there's like intensity back and forth, if you will. But I didn't understand what was going on, and then just kind of started yelling at us. And so then I yelled back, and that was that. I've kind of moved on from it 5 seconds later, to be honest. But you're also not going to you can't just let people do that either. So there's like a fine line between the two. But you can't sit there and get into arguments with other coaches all the time either. So I need to make sure that I use a little discretion. In that situation, I felt like it was appropriate, but I'm not going to get in a habit of that.
Third row, right, left side, excuse me.
Yes, Coach. Sean Callahan, Husker Online. What are the challenges? You guys played Sunday night, and you had to kind of regroup, go back to Iowa, then travel on Tuesday to Houston. And Nebraska obviously played Saturday, was able to get home early Sunday, watch you guys play, and then kind of have a little bit more prep time, rest time. What are the challenges maybe just with the turnaround that you guys face with playing Sunday night and having to play Thursday here in Houston?
Probably the challenge is my director of basketball ops setting everything up. It's this level's so bougie. It's like, we get back and then I get a text that says, be here at this time. The plane will be there. You will drive right up to the plane. You will get on the plane. Everything will be done for you. The food will be there. All you have to do is bring your computer and scout. And then we get to the hotel. Everything's perfectly set up. And so I guess for me, I don't think there's a lot more challenges than their challenges. It's just a day difference. So I probably don't read into it. Just I've been at Division II for so long. I played junior college. It's you make your bus trips and you get ready to play. And if you're not ready to play for the Sweet 16, then you probably shouldn't be here. It's kind of my thought.
Fourth row, middle.
Blake Schroeder, Scarlet Shoot Around. Hey, Ben, the Big Ten has 3 teams here just in this Houston regional. They've had a really good showing in the first couple rounds of the NCAA tournament. What within the Big Ten has prepared you guys to compete in this March Madness tournament? And is there anything that maybe you saw that separated the Big Ten's experience from when you played Clemson and Florida?
Yeah, I think the Big Ten this year in particular, there's a lot of really, good skilled players in the Big Ten, like, and size with skill. And then the coaching, a lot of these teams don't beat themselves. It's not a free for all. And they do have guys that are in programs. You look at your Purdue's, some of those programs, some of the Michigan States, some of those programs that have guys in their program for multiple years at a time. So they have some experience, and that's a big deal in postseason play. And how did it prepare us? I think the night in, night out grind prepared us. I do think sometimes it can hurt you too, meaning you get exposed a lot. And if you get exposed too much, eventually it can break you. Fortunately, we've got a really tough team, and so it didn't break us when we got exposed, quite often. It just sharpened us up a little bit and got us ready for the postseason.
Fourth row, right side.
Myron Metcalf again, ESPN. Ben, you and Bennett have advanced the NCAA tournament. This is the third year in a row, all different levels. What's the key to that? Why does that relationship work so well?
Works great fourth. Yeah, but no, I'm just kidding. No, it works great because he is, like, you see him on the floor and then you see me on the sideline. So polar opposites in personalities, not polar opposites in values. So he's super competitive. I'm super competitive. I feel like he works with a level of humility. I feel like he's a really tough kid. I feel like he serves others, all those different things. He kind of exemplifies exactly what it means to be a Hawkeye. And I think from a postseason perspective, he also understands the value of his teammates. And you could probably look no further than the last play of the game when he made that pass. And so he gets the best out of his teammates and has for the last 4 seasons.
Fifth row, left side.
Hey, Coach Tom Chattel, Omaha World Herald. Your culture, the stuff you believe in, the way you coach, where does that come from? Who are your influences?
Yeah, I would say my first coaching influence was Steve Tapmeyer. He was my head coach at Northwest Missouri State, one of the best D2 coaches there was. Just from a culture perspective, he understood, again, the value of people. He understood how to get the most. He understood the daily habits that go into it. That would probably be, from a cultural perspective, my number one influence from just the coaching aspect of it. And then, outside of that, you've got my mom is very competitive, psychotically competitive, worse than me, to be perfectly honest. So don't watch her on the sidelines. But, so you get a lot of that from a few people. And then there's been a lot of other people that have really helped along the way, though. I mean, that you're just asking for a couple, but I mean, it's a product of youth coaches and high school coaches and just friends as parents, or just a random person that you've connected with throughout your life. All of those I take influence from, and certainly helps build the culture.
We have time for one more question. Any right here in the middle?
Amy Just, Lincoln Journal-Star again. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like tomorrow?
Hopefully really good. Yeah, hopefully loud. Hopefully people are engaged. Hopefully it's a fun game. I expect it to be just like the Florida game, just loud and engaging and exciting, and, March Madness. That's what makes it fun. So that's the hope. And, if it's not, it's not. We'll still get after it. So we'll get after it regardless.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Two of the most dramatic finishes so far in this NCAA tournament have been by each of these two individual teams, Iowa and Nebraska. The Hawks and the Huskers preparing to meet for the third time in this season. Each one game apiece on their home floor. Biggest difference that stands out to me, you look at the first game, 109 total points that Iowa won that one. More of the Hawkeyes' pace. 159 combined points when Nebraska won on their home court. Hawkeye players at the podium right now, Bennett, Stirtz, and Cam Manyow. Stirtz ready to go off on the Huskers.
This question's for both players. Sean Callahan with Husker Online. You guys are obviously new to the Nebraska-Iowa rivalry. What have you learned about the intensity of this rivalry, just playing 2 games now against Nebraska this season?
Yeah, it's obviously pretty intense. Both teams care about their sports, and I think it's any sport you play, Iowa, Nebraska, it's going to be high level, intense, and people care about it a lot. So it'll be a packed out arena, and just looking forward to it.
Thank you, Bennett. Cam?
Yeah, along the same lines of what Bennett said, just how much both fan bases and teams care about the rivalry and just how big it is. And both games were super intense and high level, and so really just excited to play in a rivalry game in this type of environment.
4th row, right side.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN, for Bennett and Cam. You all hit a rough patch late in the year, and then you bounce back to what we're seeing now. How did you do that? What changed for this team? We can start with Bennett.
Yeah, I thought we just stuck together in the hard times. I feel like we were in every game, even if we were down a lot. We still found a way to make it close. We just couldn't get over the hump, and we knew if we stuck together and went our backs against the wall, no one thought about themselves or anything like that. No one was selfish. We just wanted to win. That's what I think we did, and we knew we could make a run. And then just in Big Ten tournament, we unfortunately didn't get it done. We were close again, and then we stuck together more than anything, just getting ready for March Madness. So we did, and hopefully we can keep rolling.
Cam?
Yeah, we like you said, we stayed together, and we knew we were close, but close wasn't enough for us. So just trying to figure out how to get over the hump and win some of these games. And, I mean, understanding that there's no better time than March to figure it out. And so just trying to gain that confidence of knowing that we can finish these games. But we were close the whole time, and so sticking together, understanding we're right there, and trying to control the controllables and going back, figuring out what it is that we're not doing and trying to correct those things. And slowly but surely we started correcting those things and now being able to flip some of those results and get wins.
Other questions? Left side, 2nd row.
Mike Sauter, Hurrdat Sports. Bennett, what makes your relationship with Coach McCollum so special? You've been with him, obviously, for a long time.
Yeah, the amount of trust I have in him, and that he never lies to anyone on this team, including me. He shoots you straight, and even when it's tough and even when it's hard, he pushes you past your limit, and I think that's where the trust comes in, and he cares about you a lot and wants to make you a better person. So, yeah, he just pushes everyone on this team, and honestly, you can see the benefit from that. And even in the wins that he's all had throughout his career, he doesn't get complacent. So that's what we need to do and continue to do is, even though we beat a 1 seed, we can't get complacent. We got to keep getting better every day and get ready for the game tomorrow.
4th row, 2nd in.
Blake Schroeder, Scarlet Shirt on for Bennett. Nebraska, in that first game, you scored 25 points. The second game, they held you to one of your lowest totals of the season in just 11. What did they do to limit your productivity, and how do you guys plan to get that fixed going into tomorrow?
Yeah, they obviously did a great job, and I wasn't on my A game that game. But it doesn't matter if I score 0 points when we win a game. That's all I care about is just winning the game. So unfortunately, I didn't play well at all, but that's a testament and credit to them. Their defense is ready to go, and I didn't really get many clean looks at the rim or from 3. So that's not a big worry because even if I don't get any looks and lots of eyes are on me, then Cam or Kale or any of the other guys on the team will get looks. So, yeah, just trying to get everyone involved, and if I need to go score a bucket, hopefully I can do that tomorrow.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Left side, 3rd row.
Yes, Sean Callahan, again, for both players. You guys have played for Coach McCollum a long time. That situation where him and Coach Golden were kind of going at it, I mean, has that been the guy he's always been? And as players, when a coach does that, do you kind of feed off that knowing your coach is not backing down? Even to a guy that just won the national championship the year before, he's like, look, I'm not backing down from you in that moment.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, our kind of thing is we're all fighters, and he's the main one. So knowing that he's gonna go down swinging. I mean, we're all gonna go with him, and so just knowing that we're gonna follow him, wherever he goes, and so we're just gonna make sure that if he's our leader, we're gonna follow him to where he's trying to take us, and he's trying to take us to the top. So just trying to follow everything that he does and listen to him, and he'll help us get these wins.
Yeah, he's just a lead by example dude, and if you see him getting intense and trying to fight the other coach, you're going to want to do the same thing to the players. So we just follow his lead, and he does a great job.
Anything else? Yes, sir. Right side, fourth row.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN, for Bennett. And Cam, we start with Bennett. What kind of confidence do you get when you knock off a number one seed and a defending champion the way that you all did?
Yeah, I think you get confidence for like a night, and then honestly, Coach Mack and the coaching staff really did a great job just leveling our heads and getting on to the next game. So we didn't really celebrate too much. We can do that after the season. Literally all we did the next day was watch film and get back to Iowa City and just get better at practice and just take it one day at a time, one practice at a time, one game at a time.
Yeah, I think Coach Mack has just tried to preach the team that we can be and the team that can go on a run. And so winning that type of game just gives you the confidence and know that you've done it, especially for a team like us where we've been close so many times. And so to finally kind of break through a little bit and be able to win a game like that, it just gives you confidence going forward that no matter the situation, like you can do it. And we've shown that we can do it. And the coaches did a really good job of just making, like you said, keeping us grounded, showing us what we did wrong and, what we did right. And so what will help us going forward. And then also the things that we can kind of cut down on that could have lost us that game.
Anything else? All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It was Bennett Stirtz and Cam Manyow after hearing from head coach Ben McCollum. Both those fan bases, Iowa and Nebraska, could not be more ecstatic building up towards Thursday evening with the rubber match setting up for a farm country crescendo between the Hawkeyes and the Huskers. Stay tuned all afternoon on the Big Ten Network. More press conference action on the way.